Hey guys, this is Tim, and I just wanted to show you the Klein Tool ET310 digital circuit breaker finder. If you ever wanted to work on a circuit or a switch and you didn't know for sure which circuit breaker to trip on your breaker panel, this is the right tool to use. So I just want to show you how to use this tool today. Okay, this tool comes with two batteries. To place the batteries, you have a screw here on this handle, and you just unscrew that and the handle lifts off and you put the two batteries inside. And this tool is actually two parts. This is the transmitter itself, and then this is the receiver. Okay, and if you look real close, you have the various codes on the transmitter there. So when you plug it into an outlet, it'll tell you whether the wiring is correct or a missing ground or reverse polarity and so forth, and I'll show you more about that. So this is inserted into any outlet in your home, and then you come back with this receiver and then trace each circuit, and if it lights up and indicates red on the receiver, then you know you got the correct circuit breaker. Okay, so let me demonstrate how that works. So I'll use the switch first off here in the garage close by the electrical panel. Okay, this is a ground fault plug located next to the panel inside my garage. So when you plug that in, you notice right off these two yellow lights here. That indicates that the wiring is correct. Okay, as I stated earlier, the transmitter will indicate various wiring codes. When you have two yellow lights, that means it's wired correctly. So some of the various codes are open ground, open neutral, open hot, hot and ground reversed, hot and neutral reversed, hot on neutral with hot open, and then ground fault testing in progress, and then correct wiring. Okay, and you see this little button here. If you push that little button, it will actually trigger and test the ground fault to make sure that it's working correctly. So we'll leave that there, and we'll go back to the panel and scan for this circuit breaker. Okay, to test, you want to turn your scanner on by pressing the on-off button. You can see the green indicator light, and you have just kind of a steady rhythmic beep. You just start at the top and you're scanning your way down. And what you're doing is learning first on the first scan, okay, and then you lift off a little bit and scan the second time to indicate which circuit. So you scan to learn the first time and scan to identify the second time. So you can see this circuit here is the one that's being identified as red. We'll turn it off. We'll go back to the electrical outlet and see if it's tripped. So as you can see, the yellow lights are off. That would indicate that is the correct circuit. Now before you work on it, you don't want to use this as, to verify that the circuit indeed is not hot. You want to use another electrical tester to double check that. We'll turn the breaker back on. Okay, we've got the circuit turned back on. You can see the two yellow lights indicate that the wiring is correct. Now, so let's test the ground fault plug, the GCFI. You do that by pressing this button on the top, and it indicates that the circuit is off. So now let's go back to the circuit breaker and verify that it is indeed off. Okay, to verify that it is indeed off, you want to scan it again. You just turn the receiver back on again, and circuit number 3 is the one that's again indicated no power. So if we turn this back on again, and if you remember, we tripped the ground fault, so you'll have to unplug this and then press in your button again. That reinstates the power, and as you can see, you have electricity indicating there. So we'll go back to the panel. So let's do a final scan on that circuit. Scan once to learn. Scan the second time to identify. Okay, so that's how you identify. So let's do another circuit in the bathroom. So let's look at the receptacle here in the bathroom. Plug it in. Again, you see that the wiring is correct. So we'll go back to the circuit breaker and identify that circuit. So let's identify the circuit for the bathroom. Again, scan once to learn. Scan the second time to identify. Okay, you see this is the circuit here. Okay, we'll turn it off and let's verify if we got the correct circuit. So as you can see, we got the correct circuit breaker tripped to indicate that that's the correct circuit there. And again, you have the ground fault here that you can test that as well. But we won't do that again. Okay, you just return the transmitter back into the end of the receiver here. It just plugs into that just for easy storage to make sure you don't lose it. As you can see, it works very effectively, and I would recommend the Klein Tool ET310 for your circuit breaker tracer.